Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching. So welcome back, and I am back with week number 2 for Christmas in July. And for this week I decided to make some embellishments, so let me go ahead and share what I made. So I have these dies. These are spellbinder dies. Again, I'm still using spellbinder dies since I have not used these since I bought them. So this is my first time playing with these dies. And there are 3 different sets of dies. So the first one that you'll see here are these poinsettia dies right here. So it has 4 pieces. And then it has the little, what are they called? The little centers of the poinsettias and the leaf. I did not do the leaf just because I like to add the leaves at the end once I know where my flowers are going to be. And then I like to add leaves. So this one I will probably do the leaves as I embellish other projects with the poinsettias. I did not use these centers either because I like to use little flat backs, little rhinestones. And then so with these flowers, like I said, it has 4 different dies, different sizes. I did do like a few. I did like 3 using all of the 4 pieces. It's not my style because it does come out pretty big, but I wanted you guys to see what that looks like. So I did make a few using all 4, but they do come out pretty big, a little bit bigger than what I like to use on my projects. So I ended up using these 2, the smaller ones, and that's the size that I like to use on my projects. And then moving on to the Santa Claus. This is Santa Claus. So I did a combination of papers. You guys know I like doing pastels, so I did a little bit of red, classic, you know, traditional Christmas, and I also did with like pink, since I love pink. And then the reindeer, I did keep the reindeer brown, but let me share that with you. Let me move this over here. And here are my flowers that I made. So let me put this down. So as you can see, here are the flowers using the 4 pieces of the die. Like I said, these are a little bit on the bigger side for my crafting. They are beautiful though, but just a little bit big than what I'm used to doing. I made this one with the vellum paper, just the vellum paper, and I thought that was really nice. It gives it a little different texture, and you guys know I love texture. So here are my flowers, and here I did change the rhinestone like on the different flowers. Some have just that like clear one, and then others have this like white one. And then I like mixing my paper. So here are some more where I mixed red with this other like pastel color, and as you can see, the rhinestone did change. Like this one just has a gold flat back, and this one continues to have that clear one. And I really like this pink one. I used this very pearly pink finish, and I really like how it looks. Maybe on camera it's hard to see, but in person it has that pearly finish, and it just looks beautiful. I really loved how that turned out. So I did the pink ones, and I also mixed and matched some of them. And like I said, the rhinestone changes. As you can see, this one has pink, like a turquoise, and that clear one. So I really like matching my papers as well. It gives it a different look on your flowers. And then I also use a pearly white finish paper, and I really like how these turned out. And you can see I mixed and mashed, and I just kept some plain. I really like those, how those turned out as well. And then I just, you know, kept some the same paper. I did some pastel ones. You know, I craft a lot in pastel for Christmas. So those are my flowers for this week. So I made quite a few. Oh, and on these over here, if you don't want it too plain like this one, go ahead and add some glue and just add some fine glitter or any type of glitter that you might have. But that's the one that I have on hand, fine glitter. So that's what I added to give it a little bit of extra. And now I'm getting it all over my hands, but that's okay. So I really like how the gold glitter gives it this, different look. So let me know, guys, what you think. Do you like it with glitter or without glitter? So that's another thing that you guys can do with your flowers. Add a little bit of glue to give it an extra dimension, an extra touch. And those are the flowers, poinsettias that I made. So I have a few to start off when I start crafting for Christmas. Oh, I also wanted to share with you guys that for the centers, they all have different centers, the flowers, the poinsettias. And I ordered this die because I was looking for another punch to give it like a different style on the centers, because I have shared with you my punch that I usually use that I've purchased from Amazon in the past, and I was not aware of this die from KS Crafts. So I purchased this recently, so I wanted to use it. So this was my first time trying it. So I really liked it because you get to cut out all of these centers at once. So this is what it comes out with like. So I thought that was really great. So if you're looking for centers, I really recommend this one from KS Crafts, because I pretty much die cut this 2 times, and that was enough for all of these flowers, and I still had some left right here. So I really recommend this one for cutting out a lot at once, and you can see like the different centers. And of course you can die cut it in your own color that you like, but I just wanted to share that with you because I was not aware of this die and I just found it. All right, guys, so the next set of embellishments that I made were the Santa Claus. All right, so I did pop some of them. As you can see, I popped the same piece on each one. So I popped the mustache and this part of the hat and the little pom-pom at the end, which now that I'm saying pom-pom, I could have added pom-poms, tiny little pom-poms, but I did not think about that until just now. So maybe if I do more of these embellishments in the future, I'll add a little pom-pom. I can still go in and just glue the pom-pom on top of the white little circle. But I did pop that piece and the mustache and this part of the hat, the white piece. So those are popped on foam tape. But that's what these look like. I really like how they turned out. Like I said, I've had these dies for years and I just had not played with them. So I'm really happy that I was able to use them this time around. I really like how Santa came out. I like the embossing effect that you get on the beard. The flowers also have a really nice embossing effect, but because I used my, I don't know what you call this too for your flowers, to give it some shape. So it did since it break the paper, it took away the embossing effect on the flowers, but they do come out with the embossing as well. So here's another one, another classic Santa. And then on this one, I changed it up a little bit. Since I do like to use pastels with red, pink, and red, I went ahead and just changed this piece of the Santa Claus hat. So I thought that was really cute. And then, of course, I like my pastels, so I added pink. And on these two, I also made them in pink because I do like to craft in pastel colors. So let me know, guys, which one do you like? Do you prefer classic Christmas or adding a little bit of pastel into it, or what? But these are my Santa Claus, and I really like how he turned out. I really like it in pink. Well, I like it in you know, both. I like traditional Christmas. When it comes to Christmas, I like traditional Christmas because I do like traditional things. And but I also like my pastel ones. And then the last one was the reindeer. So here it is. I did not like so much how the reindeer turned out, but hey, it is what it is, and I will use them, right? So I decided to add the hollies in foil paper. Maybe I should have not done foil because there's the cardstock, the craft paper in brown, like very brown, and then I added the foil. Not sure if I like that combination, not sure about it, but I like how they turned out overall. And then instead of die cutting the little circles for the berries, I just went ahead and I had these in my stash. They're very tiny, so I went ahead and used those little red rhinestones as the berries, and I really like how that turned out with the rhinestones. And I do like holographic, adding holographic. I like a combination on the papers. As you can see on the antlers, I also used a more peachy color. I thought there was a lot of brown, so I went ahead and changed them into a peachy color. Not sure how I'm gonna use these. I only made 3 because, like I said, I wasn't so sure if I like the reindeer or not. But I will plan on making more. Maybe I can do some pastel ones. Never done some pastel ones, reindeer pastel, but maybe I should give that a try and see how they turned out. Not sure how I'm gonna use them, but I'm sure once I make projects and I need some embellishments, these will come in handy. All right, guys, well, these were the embellishments for this week that I made for Christmas in July. Let me know which one was your favorite. Did you have a favorite? Did you like the poinsettias, the Santa Claus, or the reindeer? My favorite, you know, I love flowers, right? That's why I had to make some poinsettias. If you don't know me and you're new to my channel, guys, I love making flowers throughout the year. But I'm gonna go with the Santa Claus. I really like how the Santa Claus turned out, and then my flowers, and then the reindeer, in that order. I just thought that the Santa Claus looked really cute in the pastels and the classic, and I also like the combination on this one. So I really like the Santa. So those were my favorite, then the flowers, and then the reindeer. All right, guys, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day. Until next time, bye bye.